There are many benefits to working remotely or teleworking. And with the recent coronavirus, many of you may have been given this option by your employers. Having owned my own business for the past 14 years and working in my home office that whole time, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to be able to do it effectively.
Now I look and feel more ready, like I'm ready for work. Before I talk about how I've worked remotely from my home office, I need to make an editorial correction from my opening bit. I've actually worked out of my home office for 16 and a half years, not 14. I guess time does really fly when you're having fun. I know you want to be a productive team member. In order to do that, you need to have a strategy to have the environment and structure that has helped you excel at your job. The problem when just starting to work remotely is, now you're in some uncharted territory trying to manage being out of an office environment while still working effectively, which makes you feel apprehensive and nervous. I believe that you can be a superstar team member even while not working from the office. That's why I wanted to share with you how I've done it for the past 16 and a half years. Let's first talk about the upsides and downsides of working remotely. The upsides are, first, it's a huge time saver. Not having to commute or get stuck in traffic means that my precious moments dedicated to my work are actually spent being productive. Next, if your company has given you the option for remote work so that you can socially distance yourself, it's actually a great way to show them how valuable and dedicated you are. Companies who have had the capabilities, but maybe not the policies in place for remote or teleworking, can pressure test their technology, productivity, and leadership capabilities. You really have an opportunity to shine. And lastly, if you're going to be having more video conference calls, you only have to get yourself work ready from here on up. Some of the downsides are, first, you have to find a comfortable workspace where you can be productive. Next, you have to be disciplined with your work and not get sucked into housework or personal chores or scrolling social media. And finally, you might be someone who really enjoys the daily social interaction of an office environment, so you'll have to find other ways to stay connected to some of your favorite people. Regardless if you want to work remotely or if it's simply just a sign of our times, here are some of the tips and tricks I've learned over the past 16 and a half years to be a successful remote worker. First, set a hard start time each day for being at your desk and make sure you stick with it. Your boss may adopt a just get it done culture, and while it's awesome to have a leader who trusts you, leaning on the work habits that you already have will go a long way for helping you moving forward. If you've always had a time that you were expected to be at your desk, try to stick to that time each day. Second, speaking of your desk, you may not have enough space to have a dedicated office like I do, so you're going to need to create a space in your home that you can work comfortably and efficiently. Be sure you have a comfortable chair with a flat workspace in front of you, preferably near a source of natural light. Third, I very much recommend getting yourself work ready each and every day. Dressed, hair done, and makeup for those of you who wear it regularly. While it might seem kitschy to say, I get to work in my PJs, I found that when I'm showered and dressed, I tend to be more productive and ready for that impromptu Zoom video conference call with one of my clients at a moment's notice. And I actually feel and I am more productive. Fourth, decide when you're going to break for lunch and snacks and stretch breaks. Be diligent about staying on your schedule so that you don't get sucked into any of the household chores that could be eyeballing you all day long. And fifth, if you like the social aspect of being in an office, be sure to reach out to your friends each day and stay connected. Maybe you start a private Facebook group for your work friends or your team, or even take advantage of free internal communication tools such as Slack. Try to get everyone to post something each and every day. That way you can still be there for each other and remain connected. Working remotely can be a huge benefit for you to be a productive team member. With the right discipline and strategies, you might be more productive and even like it more than being in an office. When you are a productive team member and a driver of your employer's success, you will shine and become an invaluable asset to your team. And when you do that, you won't slow down one bit. And remember, even if you aren't going to be working in your PJs, you can always be in your fuzzy slippers.